Given the very stark and visceral nature of the news of the day, so to speak, I would like to remind everyone in my audience that when emotions are running high, intelligence is at an all-time low. This applies to all human beings. When you are in an emotional state, whether it's very, very happy, very, very sad, very, very angry, it's virtually impossible for you to make a good, intelligent, rational decision during that time. Emotions cloud reason, and if you cannot see the situation clearly, you cannot prepare for it and respond with any degree of control or accuracy. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are probably scratching your heads, but some probably aren't. The story, of course, the big one of the day, being this right-wing political bomb thrower that was speaking to some students out in Utah, Charlie Kirk, I think his name is, and somebody took a shot at him and got him, and there's video out there that's very graphic of it. Now, it would be disingenuous of me to get overly upset about what happened here. It shouldn't happen to anyone, but life is what it is. But to see the reaction, the reaction online shows me something is really going on. A psyop is going on. Why do I say that? Well, it was only a couple months ago that a man and his wife up in Minnesota had a guy who admittedly was operating politically, walked into their house and gunned them down. And there wasn't nearly the reaction. Now, these are elected lawmakers from Minnesota. This guy is just a political commentator. Very well known, I guess, in some circles. But to see the reaction online to this guy's misfortune versus those two lawmakers is really striking. And it's the only reason I'm making a video about this today is the psychological aspect of this. Now, we take a deep dive into psychology and these type of events over at the Florida Maquis Patreon channel because, for obvious reasons, YouTube and the powers that be in the government, they don't want you having command of your mind. They don't want you having control of your emotions. They need to be able to manipulate you on demand to move you like sheep in any one direction or another. Because that is why we use dogs to move sheep, is it not? The sheep are afraid of the dog. So when the dog barks and in one part of the pasture, the sheep go to the other. That's exactly what's going on right now. And watching all the commentary online, you can see that people aren't thinking about this rationally. Today is September 10th. Tomorrow is September 11th. This particular individual... Oh, real quick. If you'd like to join us, Florida Maquis Patreon channel, 4 levels. We've got a brand new video up, just less than 2 days old over there. Hundreds of videos going all the way back to 2018. Anything that you might pledge, fully refundable, first 90 days. First 90 days, no questions asked. Love to have you over there. God bless all of you who are over there. Thank you so much. But let's get right to it. The guy was an outspoken, Charlie Kirk speaking of, God rest his soul, was an outspoken supporter of Israel. And went all over talking about how great Israel is and how wonderful Israel is and how perfect they are and how everybody who's not Israel is so bad and horrible and terrible. And people didn't think about this the day before 9/11, going out and doing this. Now, here's the part that a lot of people, let me cover this real quick. A little rebellion now and then is a good thing. Rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God. In order to flourish, the tree of liberty needs the blood of patriots and tyrants. Thomas Jefferson. Notice you don't hear any of the right wing saying this right now. But to focus in, there's also a video of this guy who's allegedly on the roof near this, and there's video of him after the shot is fired that killed the man, getting up and running away. I've seen a lot of discussion. Well, clearly this is a trained sniper that somebody put in place. The guy was 200 yards away. The building was 200 yards away. Anybody who graduated even United States Army basic training, the Marine Corps has a much higher standard. Sniper school has way higher standards. But anybody who graduated from U.S. Army basic training, even in my era back in the 80s, could hit a target at 200 yards. You had to, multiple times, just to get out of boot camp. And the targets in basic training aren't just sitting there forever. They pop up and they're only up for maybe, I think, 5 to 7 seconds. And you have that long to get a bead on them and take a shot. Now, in modern basic training, they've got what this looks like a red dot sight. Way back in my era, we had those old M16A1s from the Vietnam era, and we had to make those shots with using iron sights. I myself hit the 200 many times, and I wouldn't describe myself as some super great shot, some super accurate marksman. I was just as good as everyone else who got out of basic training. Some guys hit a few more targets, some guys hit a few less. But most people know this in the back of their mind. They just don't bring it to the front of their mind. They don't bring it to the front of their mind when they see things like this. And here's the other PSYOP, 6 minutes, 45 seconds. 6 minutes, 45 seconds, mark this time. I've seen dozens of comments saying, oh, but to hit somebody in the neck, you're assuming they were aiming at the neck. It looks like the guy was aiming probably center mass and just missed high and right. You see, you can do that with this weapon. With weapons like this. It looks like he was aiming center mass from what would be Charlie's left. And he missed high and right and hit him in the neck. I even saw this from Meta AI. When you asked Meta AI about this, that, oh, you have to be some super great sniper to hit somebody from 200 meters away in the neck. That's an assumption that anyone was even aiming at the neck. I think he was probably aiming at the heart. If he was aiming at the head, he missed low and right. Nobody would aim at the neck. That's just where it just so happened to hit. And it did the job. Had he hit center mass and caught him right here in the heart, would have done the same thing. Had he, aimed high and left and got him in the skull, same thing. None of that mattered, but people are making allegation now online that this is the case, that somebody aimed at the neck. Nobody can assume that. But this is what happens when you react emotionally and you don't think about things clearly. Anybody who got out of boot camp, even in my era, way back in the 80s, could have made that shot at 200 yards. Because we had to hit pop-ups. Little tiny, let's see if I can bring this back up here. I don't even know if you can see this on the video, but there's little blocks out here. This is a black card with a big white number 4 on it. Here where I'm circling, there's a big white card with a big black number 5 on it. A big black card number 6. This target, way out here to the right, where I'm circling, I don't know if you can see it, it's 300 meters. And these things only pop up for a few seconds. That guy on that roof had, well, I don't know how long he had, but I'm sure it was longer than 10 seconds. And I'm sure he wasn't using iron sights like we were. You don't have to be some super shot to do that. And oh, by the way, there's also this idea that the guy who did it was some left-wing nut job, the suspect now, and this is 8 p.m., as of 8 p.m. right now, it's 9:44 when I'm making this video, is Zachariah Ahmed Qureshi. So the guy that shot him was a Muslim, and you can look up Qureshi is a Muslim surname indicating descent from the Quraysh tribe, historically prominent Meccan tribe to which the Prophet Muhammad belonged. It is a common surname in the Indian subcontinent and Saudi Arabia. Famous individuals with the surname include Pakistani former caretaker Prime Minister Maududdin Ahmed Qureshi, Inathian Nabil Qureshi, and Pakistani tennis player Isam ul Haq Qureshi. So he was killed by somebody who was an Arab. Doesn't look much like an Arab, does he? And that's probably why he got away with it. Suspect in Charlie Kirk killing identified as Zakaria Ahmed Qureshi. So, watching everybody talk about this, watching everybody bounce all this around emotionally, I didn't see one person say, you know what, could this possibly be 9/11-ish connected? Maybe this guy's opinion on Israel and the whole Palestinian argument? I'll tell you one thing. The guy that shot him didn't decide to do it this morning. The guy that shot him did not decide to do it this morning. He didn't get up and say, you know what, no, I'm going to do today? Yeah, I was just going to just chill out and just hang out for a while and watch the news, but nope, today that's not what happened. This was a plan. The guy planned it. So if he planned it, the thing that inspired it happened a long time ago. You see, this is why people know who Charlie Kirk is. And this right here at the end of the video, this is going to be the thing that blows your mind. The reason people know who Charlie Kirk is because the way he speaks inspires people to action, whether good or bad. Whether it's the action of buying a ticket to see him talk at TPUSA or the action of what happened to him today, is he inspires people to action. And there are a lot of hypocrites out there right now taking advantage of this. Two of the biggest are Megyn Kelly and Glenn Beck, who decided to go live and go boo-hoo-hoo, cry all over a live stream when they allegedly found out about Charlie Kirk. I don't remember them shedding one tear for those Minnesota lawmakers. Not one tear at all. But why do people listen to Megyn Kelly? Why do people listen to Glenn Beck? Because they inspire calls to action. They get people to do things, not just comment online. That's the difference between the really big rarefied air channels and the normal commentator channels, is they get people to do things. And if you want to think about a reason why Charlie Kirk was taken out, you see, this idea of influencer means not influencing people just to press a little heart or press a little thumbs up. Influencer in the sense of I'm going to go put on clothes, go get in the car, and go drive someplace and do something, whether it be vote or protest or sit in at a town hall or something like that. That's what these people do, and that's why they make themselves targets. Man was 31 years old. He was probably too young and too inexperienced to really know the gravity of what he was doing. But now we see it all today. So, that having been said, God rest all of those who are no longer with us for whatever reason. Every single day in the state of Florida, 3 people. Every single day, every day, day after day, 3 people die from gun-related homicides. So right now out there in the state of Florida, there are 3 people, 3 different groups of people out there picking out caskets for somebody. Tomorrow, there's going to be 3 different groups of people all picking out caskets for somebody. And the day after that, there's going to be 3 more people picking out caskets for somebody. Because somebody picked up a gun and did this. And that happens every day. And that's just the state of Florida. 3 people today. 3 Charlie Kirks today. 3 Charlie Kirks tomorrow. 3 Charlie Kirks every day since New Year's Day have had to go pick out caskets because somebody picked up a gun and shot somebody and killed them. In the state of Florida alone. So if this is a big deal to you, perhaps it's time to rethink some things. Remember, when emotions are high, intelligence is low. Emotions cloud reason, and if you cannot see the situation clearly, you cannot prepare for it and respond with any degree of control. And I will leave that there. Love to have you at the Patreon channel. We break all this down. God bless. Pray for each other. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. Lift each other up. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.